Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Monday, March 1st, 2021, and in the headlines, another school shooting. And pretty interesting that we haven't heard about any of these through most of the coronavirus pandemic. But now that Joe Biden's in office calling for an assault weapons ban like we had in 1994 back when Bill Clinton was president, what do you know? Next thing, there's a mass shooting down in Bill Clinton's old stomping grounds. Again, Bill Clinton from Little Rock, Arkansas. Pinebluff, just outside of Little Rock. And again, you guys, just because the tyrants want to hear it, let this news example be another clear reason for why we need to have our liberties and rights taken away and be disarmed. You know, at the same time you're watching this news story in the evening news, you'll see the clips from Myanmar where a disarmed people are being shot by military thugs who've overthrown their government. And, you know, play that clip right alongside Anderson Cooper's voice telling you that, after the Sandy Hook shooting, he had the nice little picture of the owl supposedly drawn by a little girl. And, she wrote, "I wish we lived in a world where only police officers and military had guns." And Anderson Cooper said, "Yeah, that sounds about right." So again, you want to know what that world looks like? You just go take a look over at Myanmar right now, where people who had their government overthrown are using slingshots to try to fight armed soldiers. In 19 years, I won't be surprised if that's what America looks like at the rate we're going. So, anyhow, got to walk around on eggshells here. We're on 2 strikes, about to get the 20th channel deleted for pointing out the types of things we point out around here. And also in the latest effort, another correct prediction. 3 years ago, I said QAnon would be this psyop that would eventually be used to discredit all of the truth community. And as you can now see, my videos are being labeled with the QAnon label. Big old joke. If I remember, I'll talk more on that. But today's shooting, Watson Chapel Junior High, right? In Pinebluff, Arkansas, just outside Bill Clinton's old stomping grounds. The last time we had an assault weapons ban, Bill Clinton was office. That was 1994, and that was Joe Biden's biggest political year because his crime bill passed that year. But take a look at this. Notice that in Gematria, Watson Chapel Junior High equals 256 and 112. And to start with 256... remember when the assault weapons ban happened in 1994. It happened on the 256th day of the year, September 13th, 1994. And not only does assault weapons ban equal 256, but so does Second Amendment, which it infringes on. And again, September 13th, the 256th day of the year, leaving 109 days remaining. The word shooting is 109. That's how it fits in. But the thing about September 13th is that date's written 13/9 like 139 in the majority of the world, and gun control is 139, and Parkland is 139. And again, Merrick Garland, who's being confirmed today, just said a little more than a week ago in his hearings that he would advance the assault weapons ban as Attorney General. And all the mainstream media emphasized the word advance when he said that. Advance. Notice it's also 139, just like Parkland. And Joe Biden, on the anniversary of the Parkland school shooting, he called for another assault weapons ban. So notice how Parkland and gun control go together. And again, just one more time, September 13th, 13/9 like 139, like gun control. The 256th day of the year, the assault weapons ban happened. And remember, after Parkland, March, remember how they had the March for Our Lives events throughout March, calling for things just like this, an assault weapons ban, more restrictions on gun ownership. They were doing that in March after the Valentine's Day shooting. Now on March 1st, with Biden in office, you get the first shooting of the month. I'm wondering, I think we should circle the Ides of March. I think the Ides of March is going to be ripe this year. That's 2 Mondays from now, March 15th. But, so anyhow, Watson Chapel Junior High has the 256. It also has the 112. The 112, and who can forget 112, right? Remember the old Sandy Hook school shooting? They should have just taken away our rights right then. But Adam Lanza, they had to report, USA Today, local news all over the place, CNN, New York Times, and a million more. They all had to report that Adam Lanza weighed 112 pounds, right? 112, the alt dialing code. Sandy Hook 112, AL, his initials for Adam Lanza, A, the first letter, L, the 12th, 112. If you look it up, his birthday is supposedly April 22nd, the 112th day of the year. But remember what 112 is. 112 is a number of the Jesuits who control the federal government, who claim to have military influence in 112 nations. The Jesuits see themselves as the military order of the Catholic Church. And again, all roads lead to Rome. R.I.P. to Patrick Dragon, who was a first responder at Sandy Hook in the year of the dragon, who supposedly died from the old COVID. Another thing nobody should question, Sandy Hook established in 56, the shooting 56 years later, Patrick Dragon standing next to the 56. Again, he died from COVID or coronavirus, another 56. The world's just nothing but coincidence. But, so anyway, here we are at Watson Chapel Junior High, March for Our Lives, March 1st. Making that push for the assault weapons ban, infringe on the Second Amendment. And if you just look at the name of that school alone, Watson Chapel, it's got gematria 137, 187, 61, just like Washington, D.C. Just another big coincidence. Just another big coincidence. It's also got that signature 47, big government number. Remember, who could forget the Vegas shooting where the Vegas shooter supposedly had 47 guns. And with regards to the 61 encoding, they had an active shooter today. We see this again and again, the encoding of the 61 at the active shooter situation. But then also Pinebluff, the town it happened in, it's got gematria of 91 and 44 in the same ciphers as Liberty. Again, this is about taking away your rights and liberties to make you safer. Because you'll be so safe if only police and military can have guns. Just look at the people at Myanmar. And Pine Bluff's got the 152-44, also just like Joe Biden, the man calling for, the ban. And it's got the 46, like the Latin motto, Ordo ab chao, for order out of chaos. It's got the 44 for shooting. Again, same numbers over and over. They're always encoding the 44 on the shootings. Always encoding the order out of chaos. And then you can just see this one's just so fitting for Joe Biden. Again, this happens right outside of Bill Clinton's old stomping grounds. Got to say it again, 1994, Joe Biden's big year, the assault weapons ban that year. Bill Clinton was in office and from this area. And then again, that 45 ritual's got the gematria of 45. If you write Watson Chapel Junior High with the junior abbreviated, some headlines have it abbreviated, some don't. Either way's grammatically correct within the rules of English. But if you do the Watson Chapel Junior High, it's also 197. That's the 45th prime number. So this comes on the 45 date numerology. And keep in mind, Joe Biden, he is number 46, right? That's the other thing about this 46 in Pine Bluff. Joe Biden's number 46. We said he'd be president because it was all synced up with the Pope coming 46 weeks after his birthday. Again, the Jesuits, Rome, control the nation. The only Catholic president before Biden was JFK, killed at age 46. And John F. Kennedy's 59, like Pope Francis, and it was the 59th election. But even though Biden is number 46, he's only the 45th person to be president. That's because Grover Cleveland had a split term, so he messed up the count. But 45 is a big ritual number. Remember, like Berlin Wall's 45. Donald Trump became 45th president-elect on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. And it was the 27-year anniversary as well. Rituals, 27 forwards, 45 in reverse. Again, all these puppets, or all these presidents are puppets. But today's date also has 25 numerology. Biden 25. He just had the huge bombing ritual of Syria on the 25th, which was the 56th day of the year, that special Jesuit number. But yeah, you guys, don't you think we should disarm America? If we disarmed America, then probably we wouldn't have to read as many shootings by the numbers. then we wouldn't have to go to big political rallies where a bunch of posers stand around with their unloaded AR-15 ready to do nothing, but just say, look at me. Look at me. I'm a Donald Trump supporter standing here with an unloaded AR-15 like I'm something special. I'm pretty sure that's all anyone's willing to do with their guns in America anyway. Stand around like a bunch of posers. Looks like most of these people with guns love their tyrants, whichever tyrant they choose. But, yeah, I mean, if they just disarmed America, we'd have to read less of these stupid stories, you know? So might as well just do it. It's a nation of ballless losers, bunch of cowards, nobody willing to do anything about anything, nobody willing to stand up for anything, everybody too dumb to recognize what the truth is, everybody too caught up in all the distractions. So, might as well just disarm, get it over with. And, yeah, don't forget Parkland, Florida, where it happened on Valentine's Day, 14/2, like 142 Valentine's Day. Also 263, the 56th prime. When you write out 3 as a word, it's 56, like Society of Jesus. And this happened on the 3-year anniversary, Biden calling for the new assault weapons ban on Valentine's Day. As the power grid goes down by the numbers, something we called a month in advance. But again, that's what I mean, you guys. Might as well just disarm and get it over with, and it might as well turn into Myanmar. Nothing's happening here. You know, put out the knowledge for all this time, wake everybody up, tell everybody what's happening before it happens. Nobody seems to care. And everybody seems to be too dumb to share the knowledge that actually could make a difference before it gets flushed down the toilet again. So I say, let's just get on with it. Get on with the slaughter. Get on with the mass genocide of the public, which the government has planned out to. I think they're thinking a 100-year plan, but why not just make it a 1-year plan? And, yeah, just put us in the utopia they got planned for us. Oh, yeah, by the way, Bill of Rights, Washington, D.C., Society of Jesus, all 187. And again, in case you missed it, Watson Chapel got that 187 in it, you know. George Washington, 187. Donald Trump in 2016. Convention begins on 18/7, a span of 187 days from Inauguration Day. And who could ever forget the San Ysidro Massacre of July 18th, 1984, 187 days after the death of Ray Kroc in California, where 187 is the homicide code. You guys remember the San Ysidro Massacre? Here, in case you forgot, they just do the same type of shooting rituals throughout the years with the same stuff over and over. All the gone postal stuff has 187 all over it. But San Ysidro, July 18th, 1984. Again, Trump's GOP convention began on that date in 2016 and was 187 days from Inauguration Day. But, hold on. I just want you to see the Ray Kroc part. Ray Kroc died that year. Yeah, Ray Kroc died that year on January 14th. Because, again, the shooting was at a McDonald's. He was the man who made McDonald's. But from his death, January 14th, 84, to the 187 shooting on 18/7, 187 days. So, Ray Kroc, there he is, January 14th, 84. But that's how it's been from 1984 up to the present. You know, that Orwellian year. George Orwell, member of the Fabian Society, established in 1884, Jesuit 84. So yeah, I gotta use my indoor voice because Sweet Lady is taking her test right now. But I know if I talk super quiet, she cannot hear me at all. So I think we hit all the main points, and I guess just for one more, we were just talking about 112-pound Adam Lanza. You know, don't forget that last year, the relative, remember this guy was arrested after the Sandy Hook shooting, and then last year his relative was wanted for murder. And on May 24th, there was a national manhunt for him. And they put out his birthday as February 2nd. The manhunt from the relative of the Sandy Hook shooting, the manhunt was 112 days after his birthday. So, again, 112 is the emergency dialing code. They like to code it in a lot of their crap. Just like 911, the national emergency on 911, 112 and 911 will both connect you with emergency services. But we got an emergency in Watson Chapel Junior High, and Joe Biden has another talking point for why we need another assault weapons ban. And yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm halfway serious. Just we might as well get on with it. Disarm America. I mean, these people are too stupid to possess guns anyway, aren't they? Disarm America. Get on with the mass genocide they got planned, and let's see who survives for the utopia. I don't want to watch 100 more years of this because that's what it's going to be if we don't speed things up here. So, or you guys could, support the cause. We could build up a team of people and, try and wake the populace up and overthrow the agenda. But I don't know. Most people just got their hands in their pockets and they don't seem like they're really willing to do much. They can't even donate 3 cents a day to help us build up the team and resources to get this word out there where it could have an impact. So, anyway, we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Till next time.